In this video, we're going to be talking about negative indices and fractional indices. These are the more difficult index laws, but they also do follow their own formulas that you can always use in any question. So when it comes to negative indices, the general formula that you'll always use, if you had a to the power of negative m, it is always equal to 1 divided by a to the power of m. So the negative indice always results in the reciprocal of the term. So for example, if we had x to the power of negative 2, that would become 1 divided by x squared. Another example, 2 to the power of negative 3 becomes 1 divided by 2 to the power of 3. And then you can simplify that and it will become 1 over 8. So go ahead and try this example. If you had 3x to the power of negative 1, what would that simplify into? Well, this is the same as writing 3 times x to the negative 1. We know that this x to the negative 1 becomes 1 divided by x. And so really, this expression is 3 times 1 over x. And that simply results in 3 divided by x. So notice how just because there was a negative index, it doesn't mean we moved the whole term to the denominator of the fraction. Because the negative index was only applying to the x, the 3 stayed on the numerator, and it was just x that was then put in the denominator. Another example is 5 to the power of negative 2. And for that, you'd simply make it into the reciprocal. So 1 divided by 5 to the power of 2. And that just becomes 1 on 25. And so as a general summary, whenever you have any term raised to a negative indice, you simply turn it into a fraction and you have the term with the index in the denominator. So a to the power of negative m becomes 1 over a to the power of m. And this works as well even if you have fractions. So you could have a over n, and that is raised to the power of negative m. And you still will then use the reciprocal and then apply the index as you would normally. So this would become n over a to the power of just m. So notice how in flipping the fraction, the negative sign on the index is swapped. Next, we're going to talk about fractional indices and what do you do in that situation. So if you're given a to the power of n divided by m. So here we have a fractional indice, and the numerator is always the power and the denominator is always the root. So what that means, if our numerator is n, our expression becomes a to the power of n. And because our denominator is m, we are finding the mth root of a to the power of n. So whatever number is in the denominator of the fractional index becomes the root, and the number in the numerator on top is the power. And so let's look at some examples of what this might look like. So if we had, for example, x to the power of 1 over 2. that simply becomes x to the power of 1, and we find the square root of that. And so a simple way of writing that is just the square root of x. So here we have 9 to the power of 1 over 2, x to the power of 1 over 3, 27 to the power of 1 over 3, and 16 to the power of 1 over 4. And now we're going to go ahead and simplify each of these. For the first one, 9 to the power of 1 over 2, the power is simply 1, so our number 9 stays the same. And the denominator is a 2, so we're finding the square root of 9. And that is equal to 3. For our next example, x to the power of 1 over 3. Once again, the numerator is 1, so we're left with x. And because the denominator is 3, we want to find the cube root of that x. 27 to the power of 1 over 3. The numerator is 1, so it's 27 to the power of 1. And the denominator is 3, so we're finding the cube root of 27. And that is also equal to 3. 16 to the power of 1 is 16. And then because the denominator is a 4, we're finding the fourth root of 16. And that is equal to number 2. Now we're going to try 4 more examples, and I want you to also try make an attempt yourself. But more importantly, if you don't have a calculator with you, focus on simplifying the expression correctly rather than finding the answer. So starting with the first one, 8 to the power of 2 on 3. So first, by looking at the numerator, there's a number 2. So we have 8 to the power of 2. And because the denominator is 3, we are finding the cube root of 8 to the power of 2. And the answer to that, which you can find in your calculator, is 4. If we go to the example below, 27 to the power of 2 on 3. From the numerator, we can see it's a number 2, so we have 27 squared. And because the denominator is 3, we're finding the cube root of that 27 squared. And the answer to that is 9. Over here, we have 16 to the power of 3 divided by 4. Because the numerator is a 3, we have 16 cubed. And the denominator is a 4, so we're finding the fourth root of 16 to the power of 3. The answer to that is 8. And down the bottom right, x to the power of 4 divided by 3, or 4 over 3. Because the numerator is 4, we have x to the power of 4. And because our denominator is 3, we're finding the cube root of that x to the power of 4. And to finish off, we're going to try some combined practice using both negative indices and fractional indices together. So in this first example, we have 4 to the power of negative 1 on 2. So the first thing we're going to do is deal with the negative sign in the indice. And so we're going to make it into a fraction, and it's going to become 1 divided by 4 to the power of 1 over 2. Then simply all we have to do is 1 divided by 4 to the power of 1, which is 4. And because the denominator is 2, we're finding the square root. So the answer is 1 over 2. Next, we have 8 to the power of negative 2 over 3. So the first thing we're going to do to get rid of the negative sign, we're going to do 1 divided by 8 to the power of 2 over 3. And now dealing with the fractional indice, it becomes 1 divided by the numerator, which is the power, this number 2, 8 to the power of 2, And because the denominator is 3, we're finding the cube root of that number. And so that answer becomes 1 divided by 4. And finally, 25 to the power of a negative half. Getting rid of the negative index, we turn it into a fraction and we find the reciprocal. So it becomes 1 divided by, or 1 over, 25 to the power of 1 over 2. And then that becomes 1 divided by, because the numerator is 1, we leave it as 25. And the denominator is 2, so we're finding the square root of that 25. And that equals 1 divided by 5. And that pretty much summarizes negative indices and fractional indices. So whenever you have a negative indice, for example, a to the power of minus n, simply turn the term into its reciprocal, and then you can make the index positive. So it's the same as 1 over a to the power of positive n. And when you have fractional indices, for example, a to the power of n divided by m, the numerator is always the power, and the denominator is always the square root, or always the root, rather. So in this case, a to the power of n, and you're finding the mth root. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, share it with your friends, and please subscribe.